Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Pitman, and when last we left off, we made our way through a number of levels in quick succession, but level 73 may be a stumbling block, or maybe it won't be. I can already see that we're going to have to make a hole here, so that we can push this rock over into this corner. That way, it won't block us from escaping out of here when we make one circuit. We definitely want to make a circuit here. Do this, and then get rid of you. Kapow! And then we want to get rid of you. Kick to the face time! And now we want to make our way all the way around here, move this, and then move that, and now you are gone. We had to get rid of all of them first because I saw this big pile of rocks at the very beginning, and if we'd have gone this way, these rocks would have blocked our way. We do want to get rid of that though, so that we can get rid of these four and then get to the very top. If we hadn't have done that, we wouldn't be able to move the other rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4 kicks to the face, and then we can do this and this, get rid of you, and finally we can kick you. Level complete, and rather quickly too. I'm not going to presume that the rest of the levels are going to be as fast, but they may still be. Alright, Catgirl, it's your turn to do level 74. And already I can see what we need to do. We need to move this boulder over to here. Sometimes I call them rocks, sometimes I call them boulders. It's pretty much one and the same thing. We want to do this, and we have done something wrong. Let us rewind time, because what I want to do is I actually want to do this first. I forgot to do that, because otherwise we won't be able to move the rocks later. There we go. Now we can push this boulder here, push this one over to here, and use that as part of a platform that we're going to navigate to so that we can kick this monster in the face. Aha! Level complete. We're very close to the 75% mark. How close? We're pretty much there. How hard is this level going to be? Oh dear. This looks very challenging. I can see what we need to do though. We're going to have to make a kind of platform at the very bottom of this level so that we can get to those ghosts at the very end. If we do this and get rid of all of this and those two monsters, we can then hit these ghosts and get rid of them first. Now what we probably want to do is we want to do this and that, so that we now have that, and we can also get to these ghosts and this enemy. There we go. We'll then want to do the same on this side by doing that and then this. And then we want to hit you. We want to go all the way through here like that. And I really think we want to move this boulder. If we don't move that boulder, we will end up getting trapped, or rather we'll be trapping the ghosts in. There we go. This level actually wasn't too bad. One quick level, and we are now only with 1/4 of the way to victory. But level 76 may be even more challenging. Let's have a look and see. Okay, this is going to be a tricky one, isn't it? We're going to have to use these two rocks to our advantage, and what we probably want to do first is we want to, let's see, do we want to get rid of you? I'm actually not so sure. If we do that, we can then get rid of that piece of, dirt. Probably the best thing that we can do. We could also do that as well. There we go. We want to get access to that ghost that's hidden away here. The ghost on the far left there we can easily hit, but the other ghosts are going to be a bit more challenging. If we then do that, and we can then move this boulder over to here, we can then push once and then again. There we go. Now we can do that. We can then do this. We're probably still going to need you though, aren't we? We're probably still going to need you. So we won't get rid of you just yet. I feel that if we do this and then that, we can then get rid of you, and then we can go all the way around. I think I've finally figured out the solution, and by finally I mean it was actually pretty quick. There we go. And we can do that, and then it's just a simple matter of walking all the way around, and then falling, and then hitting this monster in the face with a sturdy kick. Kapow! Marvellous. Let us move on to level 77. What threats will await us? What monsters will need kicking? Let us find out, and there is a big pile of rocks, and there are 3 enemies that we need to defeat. There's one on the right, there's one in the middle, and there's one on the left. We're probably going to have to make a pathway over to the right there. Getting the one in the middle is actually going to be quite challenging. Do we want to do this? We probably do. There we go. Now we have a boulder there. Do we want to do this, maybe? And move that boulder over to there? Maybe we do. We probably don't, though. Let's do this, and already I can see that we may have messed this up, and by may, I mean I certainly have. Maybe I want to move this over to here instead. It may be the solution. I highly doubt it, but it may be. And do we want to do that? Probably not. We want to go this way, I imagine. And the problem is that even if we do that, we then... Wait a minute, we could then do this. And then we could... We're getting there, certainly. Because if we do this, and then if we push this over to here, do that, we're very close, but we have to move that one final boulder. The problem is we don't have that boulder. We really want that boulder to be at the bottom as well. Now, how are we going to do that? That's going to be tricky. Definitely going to be tricky. We can't actually access that boulder by any means that I can see. Do we want to do this, maybe? Maybe that's what we want to do. We're pretty much starting the level in the exact same way we were, though, which isn't so great. But if I were, for instance, to do this, and then that, that's not really going to help. No, no, no. We need to have you there, so that we can then do this, and then we can do that. Much better. Now, the thing is that there was no reason to do that. I think I've pretty much figured it out. We want to do this, and then that, hit you, and then hit you! Aha! Level complete. I may have stumbled onto the solution, but I'd rather stumble onto it than never stumble onto it. Level 78. And this one, we're going to have to be very careful, because we're going to need to make a way over to here, and also get over to here. We're going to need to use everything that we have here to our advantage. By everything, I mean that we don't actually have that much. We want to do this so that we can get over to there. We can use that boulder to get over to the other ladder, like so. Then, do we want to get rid of this here? I think we do. The problem is that we then want to get all the way over. Actually, we could in theory do this. The problem is now is that we're a little bit stuck, because we have the minor problem of that boulder being in the way. We can't move this boulder out of the way without getting really stuck. We could push that boulder down, but pushing that boulder down probably won't help us. We need to start again. The problem here is that otherwise we can't do very much. We can't actually get over to any other position without moving that rock. We need to move that rock, but maybe we need to move that rock to a different place. That said, actually we can't do that, because moving that rock to somewhere else would... what if we do that? What if we do that, and then this? And then I go up here. But because I've moved these rocks over here, we can then go all the way over to here. And then we can push this rock over to here. And then we can start pushing the other rocks one at a time. Aha! All I needed to do was move these boulders a little bit better. A little bit smarter. We just need to move the final one, and then this level will be done. But will the next level be even more challenging? I'm going to probably say yes, because they're getting really tough. You really have to think outside the box, or shall I say, outside of the boulder! Kick to the face, one level completed. There are many more still to go, but not as many as when we started. Let us go to level 79. Okay, we need to be careful here because we have to go to the right. We can't go to the left, we will get trapped. So we do this, and then do we want to actually do anything with you? I actually think we don't right now. We actually want to do this, and move this over to the left. There we go. Then we can hit you in the face with a kick. Once we've done that, we can then go up to here. Now, we have an enemy over there that we need to get rid of. And we're going to have to do that by, well, we could push this rock over to there, like this. And then we could do that. That's not really going to do very much, though. Not going to do very much at all. What if we instead do that? And then this. Now, you're going to go all the way down to here. That pretty much has rendered our efforts in vain, because we can't get to you now, so that was not correct. But I think I'm getting the hang of what we need to do here. We definitely need to do this so that we can get over to the left-hand side. That is what we do need to do. And of course, we do need to kick you in the face. Very important. Very important indeed. But what else do we need to do? We do want to, if we do this, that puts you there. I don't know if you actually want to be there, though. I don't know if you do. We could do that, it's not really going to do anything, is it? We could do this, and that, but now we're in a situation where, oh no, wait, we can do that. Nope, that's not going to do anything. That is a poor decision, a very poor decision, Catboy. We won't be making any headway doing that, will we? Let us undo all of this and then get back to here. Okay, there is one monster here, one monster there, and we want to get to, let's see, if we do that, and then we do that. Problem is, doing this really doesn't help, though, does it? If you do that, if we had something here, that would be something we could do to complete the level, but we'd have to actually make it so that we could do that. Because as it stands, that's just unwinnable. We want a... maybe we actually want to leave that foe alive. Maybe we need to leave you alive for now. Let's leave you alive, because you being there means that we can then access that monster. Let's give that a go, shall we? We'll do this and that. We'll do this and that. Now we can get over to you. The problem now, of course, is that if we decide to go and get over to you, we're still going to get very trapped, aren't we? We're still going to get very trapped because if we go over here... Okay, we can't actually even get over to... no, we can't get over to where that monster is. But we could engineer it so that we could get over to that monster. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll push this over here. There we go. We've done that now. We then want to go up here. We then want to most certainly get to you, like that. There we go. Then we want to... the problem is that if we do that... Okay, if we do that, we can then get over to there, can't we? If we do that, we can get over to there. There we go. Problem now is that we're a little bit stuck concerning what we can do with the final monster. That monster down there. Because we can do this. We can do that just fine. But then we're a little trapped. And by a little trapped, I mean we are very trapped. And that is no good. No good at all. There's something I'm clearly missing here, something I'm doing wrong. I have the right idea with the beginning part, with leaving that monster alive, but maybe there's something I'm not doing correctly. Maybe I don't want to actually kill this monster right away. What if I just run this way? Will that do something? Okay, that may actually be the solution. That may have been what I was not doing that made it so that I couldn't complete the level. Because then I can get you, I can push this boulder away, and then I can get you, and then I can go down here and get you. Aha! All I needed to do was figure out that I just had to run directly towards there. We're now at level 80. Is level 80 going to be a challenge? Okay, this level is going to be a serious challenge, because look at this. We have to get ourselves into this area and get all of these monsters. We have a lot of ladders so that we can get to various locations repeatedly, as in we can just drop down whenever we like. Do we want to get rid of all this? We probably do. Let's get rid of all of this first, shall we? Now, if we were, for instance, to do that... Okay, that's probably not what I wanted to do, but if we were to do that, we could get you. And then if I were, for instance, to do that, we could get you. And then this, we could then get over to you. The problem now is that I'm pretty much stuck. Okay, that was a good first attempt, but I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong. This boulder means that I can't really do anything concerning the bottom. That boulder would trap me immediately. So I think it has to be the very top. We have to work our way down very slowly. Now, if I were, for instance, to... I could get you, but I think it's more sensible to get you first. And then you, I think, may be a good next target. There we go. Now, the problem is we then have a big pile of boulders there. But if we were to do that, and then this, maybe? Maybe that? That's not really going to help us, though, is it? Because now we're very much stuck. That's not the right solution. We also can't get to any of these monsters either. We don't want this rock to be here. This rock being here is the main problem. It's a massive problem. So let us restart and try again. We definitely want to try again and see what we can do differently. Maybe I just need to start right here and do this. Maybe that is a better thing to do. Then again, now we actually can't get to you, can we? No, we cannot. We definitely can't. Let's try again. This is a really tricky level. Then again, it is level 80. It is kind of expected that this level would be really challenging. The problem I have is that no amount of doing things at the bottom is going to help me, because we'll immediately get stuck. So we either have to start here, here, or at the very top, because doing anything else isn't going to help. Doing anything else is not going to help. I mean, we could just run all the way over to the right here, but that's a pretty poor plan. Or rather, to the left. If I run to the right, we'll just end up going into a wall. See, I could do that and then just get all of this, but the only thing that will end up happening is that we get stuck. And we can't deal with getting stuck like that. Tricky. Very tricky. This is one that's going to take a little bit of figuring out to get right. I still feel like getting rid of this stuff at the very top is probably the right idea. Getting rid of all of this might help, but the problem is that I can't get to this side. There's no way that I'm going to be able to destroy this part. And if I were to do something involving getting rid of these monsters, we're just going to end up in a situation where we end up being trapped. We're going to end up getting trapped, and we don't want that. We really don't want that. What if if I were to do that and then... No, that's not going to do anything, because I was thinking I could do that and then get rid of some of these monsters and then push the boulder over and then into this hole. But how am I even going to do that? How am I going to get a boulder into said hole? I've no idea. I really don't know. See, if I do that, and then I can get rid of you, but then we just have a pile of 2 boulders. 2 boulders, not really a good thing. Especially when we could do that, but then we're really stuck, and then we're super stuck. Ultra stuck. Not gonna help us there. None of that is going to help. This is a challenge. It's more difficult than even the one at level 75. And the one at level 75 I thought was really difficult looking, but clearly it was not. And so, I'm going to have to think about this one. I'm definitely going to have to think about this puzzle. See if I can get the solution. And then, when we come back, folks, I'll try and solve it. The final selection of levels are indeed proving to be very taxing. But every level we complete is one more closer to the end. One more closer to ultimate victory. And I wonder what level 100's like. I don't think you can even get to level 100 until you complete all the other 99 levels. And that is something that I've never done before. I've only got to about level 40 or so before, I think. That's probably about as far as I've ever got. So getting to level 80 is indeed an achievement. But it is not an achievement enough, for we must get to level 100, and we must defeat the curse by kicking all the monsters we find in the face. These monsters may not yet be kicked in the face, but give it time, they will be. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.